get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang, 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 gang. No, we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
It's week 7 of the 2025 season, and the focus is on Courtland Sutton. It was all ones for him last week, 111 yards receiving. It's the Broncos and the Giants, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Russell Wilson. Of course, he won a Super Bowl on this very field back in 2014.
And it had to be especially sweet because no matter how much he plays it off with people like you and me, hearing all the time that a quarterback of his stature, less than 6 foot tall, could not win a Super Bowl, and he played a big role in getting that done, has to be sweet to him.
Now we don't have to talk about small quarterbacks as much.
No, not nearly as much. They still have more to prove, but Russell Wilson's kind of the patron saint for them now.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ballgame, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
To the 43, second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 19 carries, 67 yards.
That's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him.
shotgun. Wilson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And he'll be brought down at the 27. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4-4, but might need to be 5-5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Judy. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there. That's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. A give to Williams, running right. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They run it again with Williams, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, Williams. There's a nice move. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger.
Touchdown, Broncos! Brevin Jordan, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Broncos are in for 6. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. You think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your 2 current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Jones. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams. We shine the spotlight on him.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Out to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Dallas.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Broncos at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw is Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third-down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Jones on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Second and 12.
Wilson will throw again.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well. On the move to his left. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Giants ready to come out now.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done it.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
The Broncos say they have it. They do.
And now before the ball changes hands, you're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Going deep here for Parker. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle with Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. The 40. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
From the 27. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Being chased out, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. 3rd and long. It's Wilson.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Powering forward. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now Jones throwing on first down. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 45 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones going for it all. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Devontae Parker. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game. A drive there, just 4 plays.
And Devontae Parker able to finish it off with a touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Denver's offense now set to go.
This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
There's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau. And the Giants are right back in this football game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Takes it to about the 37.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
An Excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The New York set to take the field.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Jones, another shot here after the pick six.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams.
The tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
On the give, this is Dallas.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. There's Wilson to throw.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
So now Jones and the Giants down by 15. 1:37 remaining. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
To Barkley on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4. Jones. Targets. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The Broncos about set to go on offense.
And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular, oh my goodness, they can go all day. And in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome.